Guys, it's finally here. The Nintendo Switch has finally been revealed.
Hey, more than that, Logan released a great first trailer, and Guardians of the Galaxy also released a trailer.
And we got Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Redemption 3 if you're a nasty woman.
Welcome to Fangeared. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Fangeared Podcast, episode 72. My name is Josh Vasquez. To my right, Tommy Costa.
Hello.
And to his right, Joey Vasquez. We're trying to get this thing rolling because we have a lot of news to talk about, but how have you guys been?
Good, you know.
All right. Guys, as usual, if you like this show, you want to see more of this show, we do a Pokemon podcast every Tuesday and this show every Friday. Subscribe and like to see that, and follow us on Twitter at Fangeared. Guys,
What?
it's here. The Nintendo NX, or as it's called now, the Nintendo Switch.
Hey, they switched up that title.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
true.
Why do you guys think it's called the Nintendo Switch?
Because you can switch back and forth between mobile and console.
and everything else
Very
imaginable.
Alright guys, here we go. The Nintendo NX has officially been revealed and renamed Nintendo Switch. The Switch, as rumored, is a hybrid portable and home console device with detachable controllers on either side of a tablet-like screen that docks into a port that displays on a TV. Several games were shown off, including upcoming Zelda Breath of the Wild, Wii U games like Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon with some noted little details changed, Skyrim, NBA 2K17, and finally a brand new, unannounced so far 3D Mario game.
Okay, do we know that for sure?
Yes.
Yes.
We do know that it's a new game.
Yes.
The console is still slated for release March 2017. Guys, what do you think?
Josh, I think, first of all, next week, can you please try to memorize your script? We all remembered our lines.
Yeah. And I said, and he said, okay.
Sure.
Like, have some
I don't know if that was
class.
planned.
How about that?
All right. Nintendo Switch. Wow.
Wow.
It's
Okay,
a lot. It's a lot. What can you give us a starting point?
All right, let's talk about the design and the concept itself of it being a hybrid, portable, and home console device.
So, okay, obviously, I mean, I don't want to go...
We've basically known this.
Yeah, that's sort of what it was marketed as.
Well, it wasn't marketed up to this point at all. Everything else was rumor.
Yeah.
It was all leaks.
Even the sort of that this would take the place of, like...
It was all leaks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Leaks and rumors.
They have never talked about it until this point.
And before this, 12 hours before when they announced that they were going to drop a trailer tomorrow morning.
I mean, okay, so what it looks like to me, definitely that sweet in between of console and mobile, or sort of handheld.
Yeah, I would say this is... I think it's good. I think this puts Wii U in a place where it's like, okay, it wasn't for nothing.
In the garbage.
Because this...
Yeah, it's sort of like...
Because this is kind of like what Wii U should have been, and like what they needed Wii U to like springboard off of into this. So it has the detachable controllers, which can attach onto another like actual controller like grip to make a pretty cool looking controllers. The knobs or the control sticks are offset, unlike with the Wii U where they were both up top, which was like awkward feeling. And then a teensy little D-pad that's like this big on the right one.
Yeah.
I really like the design. I think it's really cool, especially with I think even having the detachable controllers in the thing is good, but I think the Pro controller is also really good too. What do you think about how small those are playing with other people?
Well, I don't think that's a problem. And I'll tell you why. Because, I mean, you don't necessarily need a bunch of buttons.
Sure.
You just need... I think we're advanced enough, and people are good enough at playing games, and we're sort of used to controllers enough that you can adapt to them in the way that you need to.
Sure.
And I mean, clearly that's for the sort of the mobile aspect of it, or
Right.
the
It's not the full like feature of
right.
the thing. Yeah.
So that's a very specific circumstance where you're either outside or don't have a TV, and you're using the gamepad as the TV, and you're playing a game with a friend.
Right.
And under those circumstances, yeah, I think that's fine. Can you use the full controller in that scenario?
I believe you can. Yes, you can, because it shows him when he's in the plane by himself.
Right.
And then another cool thing I wanted to bring up: so you don't have to put the two controllers in the grip to use both of them as the controller.
You can just hold them.
You can just hold them separately.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Wow! How many times have I been laying on the couch wanting to do this, but also play a video game?" And now I can.
Oh, so you
Because
could,
you have one up
you could
here
be playing
and one over
like
here.
this.
You can literally do that.
Yeah, but you
that's
could
true.
do that with the Wii. The nunchuck.
Yeah,
and the remote.
Not really though.
Yeah.
Because you're like
It's the same
waggling.
thing.
No, because you gotta like waggle around and stuff.
Waggle around.
That's literally what the technology is called.
Waggle?
It's called waggle. Yeah.
You just made that up right
No,
now.
I did not. Tommy, you're coming off stupid right now.
Regardless.
You're the one who said waggle.
Because that's what it's called.
Hey, you know what? There's been a lot of names that maybe shouldn't have been created. Wii U. Come on.
Sure. Yeah. But I think that's really cool too. I don't know how often I'll do that, but like,
Well, no, to me, this is just options.
yeah, exactly.
It's like, what's everything we could fit in to fulfill whatever people might want?
Yeah.
And it seems like, I mean, there's like four different controller setups with this thing.
Yeah.
All in the same.
Yeah. The Pro is obviously
Device.
going to be separate, but I think, at least at first, it's not going to be necessary because I think if it comes with that grip, and I think it will, then I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it will, obviously. But do you think it's scary that that the whole thing is the console, like the screen is the console? I mean, let's assume this is gonna be a $300 starting price.
Sure.
Are you gonna bring it out to the basketball courts, prop it up on the table, and
I don't think anyone's going to do that. I think that was just a show. I mean, the first thing he shows to like bring it out is like, oh, the dog wants to go for a walk. Let me go play this thing out in direct sunlight. You can't even see. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
they're
it
just
was
showing
no,
that,
it was
like,
the morning time.
yeah, kind of. They're just showing, that like you can bring it with you and it's going to operate like a portable device. It's showing you that the guts of the system are in that screen.
Right.
It's not in the port.
Right.
So that you can bring it anywhere and still play it.
Right,
Yeah.
That's the point.
which is new.
Like a 3DS.
Yeah, I just think it's scary.
Yeah, I mean it's different
How long before someone takes this outside of their house?
right away.
I don't know.
I think so.
I mean, maybe on a flight. Yeah, I can't think of another scenario, or like a long
Sure.
car
I mean,
trip.
flights. I think are. I don't play. Like, I really like 3DS and like I like playing games on 3DS, but I rarely play them outside of my house.
Yeah,
I usually play them in my house just
Yeah.
because I want to play the game.
I mean, you got to think. Okay, well, I mean, we're older now, so we, just drive ourselves like adults. But
Right.
think about kids playing this game.
Right.
What do you do with your 3DS? You got to drive somewhere with your mom, and you're like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to play this damn 3DS.
Yeah. Or mom's like, I don't want you to talk to me. Play this 3DS.
There you go. There you go. So, I mean, I can see it getting that use.
Yeah,
That sort of just.
definitely.
I mean, kids bring iPads everywhere and
It's
like,
true.
things like that.
People,
That's
kids
something
play
that happens.
iPads like at the dinner table when they go out to eat because their parents don't
Yeah.
want them to like yell and stuff.
Right. So this is sort of that same exact scenario, but with a console, which is why it makes me think, no question, this is the best handheld gaming device that there has ever been.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But
yeah,
I think the
yeah.
sort of the worry is on the other side of it.
Sure.
How is this going to operate as a console on your TV?
Right. Well, then let's get into
What's the power of the
some specs because I got a list of specs here.
specific.
So
numbers.
these specs were apparently released by one of the developers who had a dev kit and was creating games for this. So this is not officially from Nintendo, but this is what they say. A custom NVIDIA GPU chip, which they create graphics cards for like computers and stuff like that. This is apparently pretty high end. It will be in between, like a Wii U and a PS4, Xbox One. So it's around there in that level. They said specifically of the Skyrim port that we saw, that's going to be more of like a port of the PS3 or Xbox 360 version, as opposed to the new remastered one coming out.
That makes sense.
Which I think is fine, because you can't bring your PS4 or Xbox One remaster version with you on the go.
Right.
So I think that's pretty good. It's going to be better than the Wii U, so I think the Wii U looks fine for what it does too. So we have that. It is region free for the first time. The Nintendo console is not region locked, so you can buy any game from any country and play it on any console.
Wow.
Finally.
So that's really good.
That's actually really smart for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why.
Because there are a lot of Japan exclusive games that like you just can't play if you have an American Wii U or 3DS.
Right.
So that's really cool. And speaking of games, they are cartridge based, as we figured they would be. They look like little 3DS cards.
Yeah.
So that's cool too. And this is actually something that a lot of market researchers say is probably going to what everyone will eventually revert back to.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I gotta ask the big question that's on everybody's mind. First of all, while we're talking about specs, how many teraflops?
Ooh,
Good question.
Tommy, I'm really glad you asked. 0.
See, now that's the equivalent of the PS.
No, Xbox.
What's the
4?
Yeah, the PS4 is slim.
Right.
0 teraflops.
0 teraflops.
Yeah.
So they're on par with.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
PS4 is
PlayStation
what you
in terms of teraflops.
So the tablet resolution will be 720p, which is up from the 480 that the gamepad was, and it will be running at full 1080p resolution on your TV
Television
with HDMI port.
Good.
32 gigabytes built-in internal storage. This is like
That's
half a game.
That's
maybe.
really small. Yeah.
Maybe half a game.
Okay, so this kind of answers a question that I had about the game cartridges.
Right.
That's going to be the only way to play a game.
I can't imagine that you can't download games, but I wouldn't be surprised if those are a lot around the size of like mobile games.
Right. So they showcased Splatoon a lot in the trailer. Is there a new Splatoon game, or do I have to rebuy all my Wii U games in cartridge form?
We'll get into that. Let's
Yeah,
finish
I
up with
guess.
some. Let's get into finish up with some specs first.
My
'cause,
bad.
Yeah, what we're gonna. It does support external SD cards. So we had confirmation SanDisk will be releasing their terabyte card soon. So that will really help for sure.
Yes.
But other than that, the internal storage is only 32 gigabytes. So you're definitely going to want to get some extra storage for that.
I mean, I don't know if it will affect the price point, but I feel like that might be a good idea. Like, why... It doesn't make sense for me to spend $100 more on a console, for, like... I don't know. I don't know how many gigabytes more, but certainly not $100 worth more.
Well, I mean, think about... the PS4s and the Xbox One's like base model is like 500 gigabytes.
Right.
So,
But then isn't it more for, like... I don't know how much more.
And game consoles don't really... Game consoles aren't like iPhones.
Yeah, but that is usually a feature that they have. It's like, oh, this one has a terabyte.
This is the terabyte one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And then Nintendo's games are much smaller generally,
Yeah.
so in that sense, it's kind of okay. But that's very small. And if they're trying to have Skyrim and other third parties on, which we'll get into in a minute, that could be a problem for some people.
Well, I'll tell you right now, just the size of these cartridges is making me think that they either have some new compression technology that is going to change the world, or there's something up with these games.
Yeah.
They're lower
Either
graphic
they're going to
quality.
be lower quality, they're going to be
I think
lower
that's
frames
the...
per second. Like, I mean, there's going to be some serious drawbacks in that regard.
It's lower quality, but that's the thing, that Nintendo has fallen so far behind Sony and Microsoft. So they're not even trying to keep up with the quality, graphical quality anymore, and that's why the whole advertisement here is
Right.
you can take your console on the go.
But not just that.
That's
I'm
the
worried
thing.
about, like, how do you
Take
fit
your
a game like Skyrim on something that is, I mean,
they did it, man.
Yeah, I mean, cartridge
I mean-
technology is certainly much further along than it used to be in the Nintendo 64 days and things like that. But
I'll say.
we can
It's
definitely
like-
fit up much more on that card. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, having a little Skyrim chip, that's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean, I guess what I'm worried about is not necessarily how small. Obviously, we can have memory. We can fit things into very small. But
Sure.
what I mean is the actual, like if it's an SD card, the ability for that to run and actually like what it's going to look like
Yeah.
after. That's something that small. I don't know if
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Also,
I'd be
I
very
just feel much
interested to
safer
see.
with a cartridge as opposed to a disc, you know?
Oh,
Really?
definitely. Yeah.
I feel like those little cartridges are so easy to lose.
You lose them, but
Lose,
they're
maybe,
durable.
but not scratch
Well, yeah,
or
not scratch or
get
break,
dirty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've never had a problem with the disc.
Sure, yeah, I mean, but it's
I'm
still
sure you
much
take
easier.
care of your shit. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Well, just take a step back here. We saw them playing Skyrim in the trailer. Obviously, they wanted to advertise their new third parties, but we don't know if that's the full Skyrim game.
That's true.
We don't know if there's multiple cartridges for the full Skyrim game, so...
Actually, the first, and let's get into now some third parties that have are apparently partnering.
You're not going to answer my question about the cartridges first?
What'd you say about the cartridges?
Do I have to rebuy all my Wii U games in cartridge form now?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, we're still getting into that.
Yeah. That'll
Okay,
come.
I'll
That'll
get
come.
to.
That's a separate topic.
I thought that...
Bethesda was the first company to tweet saying very excited for the Nintendo Switch. A lot of opportunities there for us. They're the ones obviously who were featured in the trailer with Skyrim. So obviously they're very excited and they're giving them permission to use that for the trailer. So that's really cool to see. A lot of people really like Bethesda. Maybe we'll see some Fallout stuff coming out for Nintendo in the future. Skyrim already come in. And some future Elder Scrolls games as well. So that would be really cool. Some other names, just to name a few: Capcom, Activision, Telltale, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Warner Bros, From Software, EA, a lot. Square Enix, just a bunch of...
over half of those that you just named were partners with the Wii U.
Yeah, at first.
But they did triple their third-party support.
They did, yeah.
Which
There
is
are a lot
huge.
of, and
Which
this is
which
just
is crazy.
quote-unquote a sampling of Nintendo Switch partners in this image here.
I mean, that's pretty much all the big ones.
Yeah.
From
Software, the creators of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Like, there's never been one of they have never created a game for a Nintendo console.
Epic is one of them. What are we gonna get, a Gears of War game on the Nintendo?
Well, considering those don't even come to PlayStation, definitely not. Maybe Paragon?
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Now, Tommy,
Yeah.
you had a question.
Yeah, I don't know why you had to list all those people off before you
Well,
could
it just
answer.
seemed like the natural flow.
I think we're taking... I think
Anyway,
we're going backwards.
so will you have to rebuy all of your Wii U games?
Now, I mentioned at the top that there were some slight tweaks in these games. I have to imagine these are ports, not backwards compatible. Because we saw in Mario Kart 8, you can play as King Boo, and there are 2 item slots, so you can hold 2 items at once. This is a whole new game. And same with Splatoon.
Oh, you think that's Mario Kart 9?
No, I think it's Mario Kart 8, but I think it's a port to the Nintendo Switch that they're going to have available at launch, along with Splatoon Switch and maybe even Smash Bros. Switch. That they're going to just port over easily, have it at launch, something for people to buy with the game or with the console, that will have new features that the old one, some new features that the old ones don't have.
Well, why do you think... Okay. I mean, the Mario Kart thing seems like a major difference, where they're going to need some big launch titles in March.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's not a new Mario Kart game?
I mean, I think that just the time it would have to have to take realistically to make that a Nintendo quality Mario Kart game for this new system, while developing the system and Legend of Zelda and all these other games,
Nintendo's
think
got a lot of people.
I think sure, yeah, but I think it would be easy for them to port some of their biggest games from the failed console that a lot of people didn't get to play,
Yeah.
and put it on this new one that more people seem to be excited about.
So I guess the short answer here is yes.
I
You have
think
to rebuy all the games.
yeah, I think they're ports.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does, but at the same time, I think it's a good move on their part from a business standpoint. I think there are a lot of people who didn't get to play those games. Maybe were thinking about a Wii U, but like because they really liked playing Mario Kart at their friend's house or Smash Bros. Or Splatoon at their friend's house, but couldn't because they just weren't ready to pull the trigger on the Wii U because
Wii U.
we've known for a long time that they were abandoning it eventually, and also it just didn't appeal to a lot of people. So this could be the time for those people to jump in on those games.
Yeah, I think the way you have to look at this is that this isn't going to be. I don't think this is going to be what saves Nintendo. I think what you have to look at is that this is they're making moves in the right direction.
Yeah.
Getting more developers, partnering with more developers. Obviously, I mean, just the amount of games that we were getting that people wanted to be excited about just weren't there. So that's huge. This seems to be different enough, and just newer technology in the fact that it's different from your traditional. I mean, look at PS4 and Xbox. The graphics get better. There's going to be VR on them now, but ultimately they're the same. You have a controller, you look at a screen, you play the game.
Yeah.
Nintendo is trying to be different in how they do things. Clearly, their mobility and handheld is where they've shown in the past, and I think they're making that effort to obviously put those together and utilize that success that they've had. So I think this is like they're going with something new. I don't know what's going to happen if people are going to love it, but I think it's different enough to be excited about.
Well, here's the thing, and they are going with something new, and I think that's important to say because they've always tried to go with something new,
Right.
and that's very important for Nintendo to do. They've been very like headstrong in that way, and that we are going to not just put out the same old thing. But that's why third-party developers dropped off. It was hard to develop for the Wii, along with the other two because the controller was different.
Right.
It was hard to develop for the Wii U along with the other systems because they had to put something on the screen. They couldn't just have a blank screen. So third-party developers ultimately dropped off because it was too hard to develop. Now, just make your game for the TV, and it will scale to that screen because you don't have to use it. It's being different the way Nintendo wants to be, while making it easy for developers to create games for it. And I think that's the like major genius of this is like they didn't sacrifice what they wanted to do for that, but they did it.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that's going to take it further than the Wii U, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It makes
Can't
me
go less far.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else specifically you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. March. What is that? Why?
So March is when they had told us before.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think realistically it's going to sell well in March? I mean, why not?
I think March has proven the second fall more recently. We have a lot of games coming out in February, March time. That's like when Uncharted 4 came out. That's this year. And I think March is becoming the new, or not the new, but the second November.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think in gaming we're starting to see 2 seasons now. That's been starting to happen over the last couple of years, I think.
Early springtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Other thing I want to talk about is Super Mario 64 2.
Potentially. All right. So yeah, we got this new. What looks like it definitely.
Yeah.
It doesn't look done. This game. It's definitely rough around the edges. A little
Yeah.
tech demo, but yeah, they essentially announced a new 3D Mario today. It looks very. I think it was Jack's Films who pointed this out.
It is.
But Triple Jump is back.
Triple Jump.
The Spinning Heart. It's looking like it might be a spiritual successor to Mario 64.
The best Mario game of all time.
A lot of people might say that.
Sunshine.
Some people say
Sunshine is a very close second. 3D World is also tied for second.
Most people, the vast majority of people would say Galaxy, but okay.
Oh, right. Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, and then 1 are also better than everything I just said.
Yeah. I would say the majority of people would say Galaxy 2 is the best Mario game.
And the original trilogy also really
Or
good.
3D Mario game.
Yeah, 3D.
3D Mario game, yeah. The best Mario game is probably World.
Nah. Galaxy 2.
All right.
Yeah, that's exciting. I hope it's so Mario 64 too.
Yes, it is very exciting.
Okay, Mario
and I
Switch.
also
Mario
hope that,
Switch.
yeah, Mario Switch.
Do you think any games are going to require you to alternate between big TV and
Absolutely
handheld?
not. Absolutely not.
I
I can't see them making that big of a misstep with the game.
I
And
don't-
if they do, they'll come out of Nintendo and it'll be like a package of them.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Maybe it'll come with the console.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, like the Kirby game that just came out for Wii U last year or something.
Mm-hmm.
You had to draw on the touchpad.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. They like to take their new technology ideas and really shove them into a mechanic of a game.
Sure.
But see, that
Not always,
was part of the Wii U, and I think they made a point in the trailer to show that that's not
Yeah,
what it is,
you can
because
play any game
it
on
went
this, so you
straight
can play on
from what
anything,
you were
yeah.
seeing on the screen of the TV to what you were seeing, and there
Yep.
was no interaction that was different between the two.
Right. Yeah. So
And
so
that's
I don't
what makes it
think so.
harder for devs too.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
yeah. And of course, I think that would be optional either way. I don't put that past them to do that. I'm not sure how they would do it because the thing is playing from the handheld console
Yeah.
either way.
yeah.
Right.
It might know when it changes back and forth, but it's still like there's nothing to say like why it would be different, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about one last thing for this, and that is that we do not yet know either the price or the battery life on the disconnected
right.
console. And these are the two main concerns that everyone has, and I'm assuming that these are less than great answers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they haven't come out with any of the specs themselves yet.
Sure.
So obviously, the developer who leaked the specs that he knows about isn't going to know about the battery power for the handheld controller because that doesn't matter in creating the game that he's creating. So I don't know if it's time to be worried about that yet.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I would hope that they release this information soon, though, so that then they can start hyping it up again before March, because they don't have a lot of time. They release this 5 months before it's
Yeah,
supposed to come out.
there's no way they're going to advertise this enough to get it to the general public.
I don't know.
in
I think they
large
still
numbers.
could. The hype is big right now. I think they need to get those things out of the way, let us get over it, and then start hyping it up again, like as quickly as possible.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
Well, they got
guys,
4 months.
let us know what you think about the Nintendo NS, the Switch. I'm hyped.
The
I'm
Nintendo
excited.
Switch. Wouldn't it just be the NS Nintendo Switch, not the Nintendo Switch?
Who knows?
Nintendo NS.
We'll
I
never.
don't like it, guys.
All right, guys, let us know in the comments what you think of the NS. Moving on to our next topic.
Already?
We did a solid half hour on that one.
Good.
Well, we knew
Logan.
we would. Logan.
The Logan trailer.
We talked about it a couple week ago, and now
talked
we got
about
the trailer.
Yes, we have the trailer. This is a great trailer.
It's definitely a great trailer.
I love this trailer.
Yeah, so Logan is a Wolverine, apparently.
Or not Wolverine.
Or is he just Logan?
Well, okay. I'll just say my big thing first.
Go for it.
I thought they were going to go through the whole trailer without him pulling his claws out at all.
Yeah.
And then they did at the very end.
Probably
Yeah.
would have been a good idea. If they
So this
didn't,
is
actually.
Old Man Logan, which is a comic book series of X-Men's Wolverine. Of Old Man Logan. He's an older man. And he has...
Accurate
curious.
title.
he has sworn off all violence. He has said he will never pop his claws, as he says, ever again.
And they show him do it in the trailer.
And he's a liar.
They do. This trailer is definitely based on it, but from what we've seen so far, it's very, very loosely based on it. Some spoilers for Old Man Logan
Hey, man,
to
that's a
ensue. I don't. This will definitely not be a part of the movie.
Okay.
So in the movie,
In the comic book.
or in the comic book, sorry, Old Man Hawkeye meets up with Wolverine, says, "Hey, I have a job to do. Will you help me with it?" And he helps him with it because the world that they exist in has been completely taken over by Red Skull and a few other Marvel villains who are not in X-Men.
Right.
Finally.
So I can't have that.
The entirety of the United States is completely taken over, and actually the place where Logan lives is controlled completely by these like inbred Hulks that like they're like descendants of the Hulk, but they're like all inbred. They're green all the time, and they're strong, but they're small. And they are like the landlords basically of his whole area, and he can't pay them rent. And they like are gonna kill his family because he has a family. In this, so he goes on this errand with Old Man Hawkeye to deliver something across the United States so that he can make money to make rent because he owes double the next month, or they're gonna kill his family. So that's what that's about. This is not going to be that.
No, it doesn't look like it. This looks like him and
He's delivering a girl.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Professor X.
Professor X.
He's sad. He's sitting in dead Cerebro, and Professor X is sad.
Wait, did Professor X die in any of the X-Men movies?
No.
No, dude. Did he
He's still alive, yeah.
die in any of them?
He didn't
He's
die in
Professor
X3?
X. He can't die.
Swear he died in the third one.
You know what? Honestly, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he did.
So anyway.
Well, the timeline's all fucked with these movies anyway, so it
Sure.
doesn't really matter.
They mention in the trailer that all the mutants are gone.
Yes.
So that could be taken from the comic book, and I don't know if you want me to say or not why they're gone.
I mean, I could guess
Someone killed them all.
Okay.
some sort of virus maybe, or...
Mutants were, yeah.
Well, I mean, clearly Old Man Logan has lost his regenerative abilities. That's
Right.
pretty obvious by the trailer, so I mean, I'm guessing something happened where him or maybe all other mutants lost their powers too.
Oh yeah, that was his only power, really.
Yeah, because otherwise...
The
he's-
claws
I mean,
was
claws
a-
are
the
just-
Yeah.
sense,
Well, they're
yeah.
slowed, actually. He hasn't lost them, but they've aged.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so someone probably just took out all the mutants.
you don't have
That's
to tell us.
impossible.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get. I mean, we could talk about the movie itself, but I have things to say about the universe as a whole after this. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to ruin all future X-Men movies.
I disagree. I think this is the perfect time for this movie to come out because now we're basically starting over
Well-
with the new X-Men.
Well, see the thing. I mean, I think this is the perfect time for this movie to come out, but I also think if you're going to give us a movie that's so vastly different than the other movies in a good way, why do we want to go back to what's clearly becoming a tired tradition of just like, okay, you have these X-Men, some of them have different powers, they're quirky as hell, and they do some mission. and
Save
then-
the apocalypse.
I think it's different. I think we joked about it when we talked about the poster, but we remember we said, "Oh, Logan's going for the Oscar."
Yeah.
It kind of looks like they're not going for the Oscar, but like they're going for a much more serious, grounded
Right.
tone. Like I think grounded is a good word for it, which is ironic because that was the word that they used, overly used, I think, to describe The Last of Us. Was they wanted a grounded approach to the zombie,
There was
and
there was a grounded.
and grounded mode is like
difficulty,
the
yeah.
most difficult one. But this looks like The Last of Us
Yeah.
in every way, stylistically with the girl and him, and Hugh Jackman should play Joel in The Last
Yeah,
of Us
isn't that what
movie.
people
I've
want?
always said that, and so yeah, I really love the tone of this, and it's made me really excited to for it to come out.
Yeah, same. Did you want to say what who you think that the girl is?
No, I don't think.
It's speculation.
Yeah. Okay.
I could speculate that maybe the girl, and I think maybe this might be obvious to some people. I think maybe a lot of people might be able to pick this out, but I think she might be Cyclops and Jean Grey's daughter, based on the fact that she's wearing sunglasses at the end. You might be thinking, hey, anyone can wear sunglasses. I've worn sunglasses. But
have
in movies, you generally want to put things in that like are relevant,
meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, true. And I doubt she was just trying to look stylish to go out.
Yeah,
you know?
she doesn't have it until the very end.
Yeah.
The sunglasses, which is also how Scott eventually had laser vision.
Yeah,
He didn't always have
it's
it.
in your like teenage years
Yeah.
or whatever. Which she looks about that age. So
Right.
So you think she goes through mutant puberty in this movie?
Maybe.
Muberty.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what they call it. I don't call it
Mu-
that. That's stupid.
Muterty.
And she better. She pops a laser eye boner.
Okay. Wow. So that's Logan.
Right.
What a good looking upcoming superhero movie.
I got a
Really
question for you
does.
guys.
Could this be the best superhero movie of all time?
Probably not.
Nah.
Well, we'll see.
No.
I got a question for
I
you
mean,
guys.
the last one is still Spider-Man 2. The original.
Oh.
That's the best superhero
Wait,
movie
really?
of all time.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not.
With Doc Ock?
We'll definitely need to
It's
rewatch
a
that
solid
together
movie.
soon.
Okay.
Just real quick before we move on from this, why are people so, I guess, forgiving of this franchise right now? And like, so
Well, the Wolverine was good.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
Yeah, it was.
It was okay, but I think even as like
There was
know,
one terrible actress in it. The one girl.
I
So,
think
like, the
as a whole, it
slow-
wasn't received well though. But it was like
It was
like
received
a-
well.
No, it was not.
I don't think a lot of people even saw it.
I don't know. I think
Nobody-
it was,
nobody
I think
saw the
people
when they
were
go to
done.
Japan.
Yeah, I think the people were
Yeah.
done with the Wolverine by that
And
point.
he fights the giant samurai robot
Yeah.
thing.
I thought that movie was
Which
good.
is why I'm confused as to why people are so just like just so easily like sort of giving into this and like accept
this-
I mean, I'm one of them as well.
This trailer
Because
is,
it looks
like,
good.
So good, yeah.
It doesn't look like
The
an
typical
It
and, like
doesn't look like an X-Men movie at all.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
It doesn't
yeah.
look
Yeah.
like a typical superhero movie.
yeah. it's true.
Either.
If we
And-
never saw the claws and there was no mention of X-Men or mutants,
Right.
you could say that it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could say it's The Last of Us. In fact, Neil Druckmann, the creative director at Naughty Dog, who created The Last of Us, and tweeted it and said, "Wow, I really love this trailer. Joel would be proud." And
Do you think he's like a little snarky about it?
maybe, yeah, because honestly, they totally ripped off the tone, like down to the soundtrack, the "Hurt" song by Johnny Cash. Like, it sounds exactly like the soundtrack of The Last of Us.
Yeah, Johnny Cash
I mean, is
stole
there-
that soundtrack.
Well, no, but I mean, they used a similar sounding song. I mean,
I wonder what like if because they must know that it's very similar in tone and like
yeah.
even looks like he
Yeah,
looks
I don't know.
like
do, you,
Joel.
do you think these big movie producers are really spending time to play The Last of Us?
Maybe not playing it, but I'm sure they know about it.
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely influence from that. You can't.
yeah, it's hard to separate it,
Yeah.
especially because that girl is not in Old Man Logan. She's specifically for this movie.
Yeah.
Okay. There's little girls in movies all the time.
I'm very interested to see what this story is because I don't think we got a lot from it at all.
True, yeah, it's intrigued me significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not going to watch anymore after this.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited for March
I
3rd.
agree.
March.
March 3rd is when it comes out?
I'm
Yep.
surprised at how quickly too.
Yeah,
And I like that. But
I like it too. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a superhero movie that we're all definitely excited about.
All right, so let's get. With that being said, Tommy, would you like to introduce the next trailer?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Volume 2. Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Volume 2.
Released a new poster as well as this teaser trailer. Wow. You guys have any thoughts on this teaser trailer?
Not much I can gain from it.
I think it's gonna be exactly the same as the first movie. Not in plot, but in like I think they're just.
They've got it.
I think
down.
they're like people like the first one.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this one just like it, and I think heavily featured is gonna be cute Groot. And,
Cute Groot. Yeah.
I think will it be? I mean, I don't want to see the same movie, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like that, but I think it will be what the first one was and probably be successful because of that.
Yeah, I was a little confused by this trailer, to be honest. It's not. It's very short.
I mean, it's just a teaser. It's not-
there's not really much you can really take from it. I don't think,
There's a lot.
other than the fact that Cute Groot will definitely be heavily featured. I think that's they got it. The merchandising opportunity there is ridiculous.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in every frame, just right in the corner.
They're gonna make a Minions-esque spin-off that's just gonna be through his family. And
Kill me.
yeah, but they got it. Grootland is gonna open up at Disneyland.
Oh,
they're gonna change the Tower of Terror to just Groot. They're gonna be falling down
Just
a
a bunch
giant
of Groots. Wow.
But also, Drax only speaking in sarcasm. What was up with that?
Well,
What do you mean?
I forget what his
like
first
everything
line was.
he said was all sarcasm.
You kind of think it is, but then they go to it, and he is serious. I forget what his first lines
in
are.
in this trailer.
It's off screen, and then he goes.
He's
into,
talking. It's his voice throughout it, and then it shows him talking
Yeah.
to Star-Lord. And
Doesn't seem like he's sarcastic.
Not sarcastic. He was just like he's asked him if he needs a hug, and
then he like gives him the hug.
the guy
yeah.
said no. But in his seriousness, wouldn't he be like,
if
okay,
he thought he
says
meant no,
so he
right?
doesn't.
Yeah. Everything he did had hints of there's an underlying thing here, but I'm not directly saying that, and I understand all of that, which is literally the opposite of his character.
See, but at the same time, character development. I mean,
When did they develop it? In between movies?
I mean,
That could be the end of the movie. You don't know. Maybe during the movie they develop it. Or maybe Drax's character is just make the audience laugh sometimes. Because the fucking talking raccoon isn't enough.
Or Baby Groot. But no, Drax was the funniest part of that movie, and it was every time he didn't get it,
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my favorite parts.
Alright, well here's what
Tell me, go ahead. Rip this
yeah.
shit to
Okay.
shreds.
Relatively quickly, if possible.
Sure. First of all, the song. What the hell?
Same song, yeah.
Didn't he find the new mixtape at the end of the last one? Wasn't that the resolution of the movie? Which was a terrible resolution, first of all. But I won't get into it right now. But, I mean, that is like the most in-your-face way of saying, we got you by the balls. We're Disney. We do this. We know that you liked it this way. And we're going to keep fucking doing it this way. Baby Groot is the same as Baby Dory. And come whenever the hell this movie's coming out, Disney's gonna be jerking people off again. When Baby Groot comes on the screen and says something in a high-pitched voice, and everyone in the audience is gonna go, "Ah!"
Oh, it
and
says something in a high-pitched voice? I think we know what he's gonna say.
it's gonna say, "We are Groot,"
I am Groot.
Yeah, it's gonna be cute as fuck.
and then everybody's gonna fucking jizz in their pants, and Disney's just gonna collect it all.
And turn into money.
And they're gonna put it into a thing that converts
Deposit into their
semen
bank.
into money.
Yeah, no, that's.
This-
I mean, it's clear. I mean, obviously,
This is the worst case scenario for me. The song really just like made me so mad.
yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Well, you didn't like the original.
Yeah.
I would say that is my favorite Marvel movie of the cinematic universe.
it was new. It was different, but I don't want to see it again.
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't-
don't want to see the same thing. I want them to reinvent it and have a different style with
Yeah,
the same
keep
characters. and
progressing.
We
Yeah.
don't know that that's not the case.
They use the same.
They
song.
literally use the same song.
It's true, but
All
maybe
those
that's because they
jokes.
didn't want to like lift the veil yet on the soundtrack.
Maybe so.
They-
Maybe it's too soon too.
they-
yeah.
So it's just a teaser.
No, it's a-
They're definitely going to milk Baby Groot. I agree with that, but we don't know what the story's going to be or what this movie's going to be.
He's
Other
looking
than
for
that.
his dad, right?
Probably, yeah.
They're gonna, yeah.
We'll see. Or maybe you will. I don't know, Tommy. Maybe we'll just tell you what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
I support Disney in almost everything they do.
Right.
Good
They
or they're
have
bad.
your property now, so I mean
They
you
got
kinda
me
have
by
to.
the
They got you
balls.
by the fucking testes, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and every once in a while they reach up and they give you a little jerk.
Don't look at him like
Yeah.
that. You were just
Yeah.
talking about him jerking off. Like,
Wait, what? Jerking off, Josh.
Nine times a year, they give you a little one, and by the end of the ninth one, you finally blow.
wow, edgy for a year. Jesus. Anyway, let's talk about anything else, please. Okay, I think we have one.
We have
Red
one
Dead.
more trailer
One more
to
tra-
get to,
oh,
and that is
Red
Red Dead
Dead's.
Redemption 2.
3.
Now, Tommy, when we had this conversation before, you were mad because
evidence.
everyone was saying, oh, it's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2, but actually it's going to be Red Dead 3.
Oh yeah, I did say that, and I was pretty upset because I know that Red Dead 2 :
Red Dead
another
Redemption
2,
is the sequel to Red Dead Revolver.
right?
But this is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, so this is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, my question number 1. Was Red Dead Redemption a direct sequel to Red Dead Revolver,
No.
or was it a GTA situation?
It was a GTA situation.
Okay, so question 3. Is Red Dead Redemption 2 a direct sequel to Red Dead Redemption? Do we know that by the trailer? The guy talking, I don't know the characters in the game.
Spoiler for Red Dead Redemption 1.
Come on.
From 7 years ago.
Yeah.
The main character dies. However,
Fuck, dude, why would you spoil that shit?
I just said I was going to spoil it. The main character dies, and then you complete the last level as his son getting redemption.
So you're probably going to be the son.
Maybe, but also, so Red Dead Revolver was a different cast of characters completely from Red Dead Redemption, but it was also a different developer. It didn't go to Rockstar until Red Dead Redemption.
But has Rockstar ever made a true sequel?
That's the thing. Not really.
I mean, I think
They've
we can
had
assume...
like spin-offs that exist in the same world,
Right.
or in the same like city that they made in the last one. But other than that, not really.
I mean, I think we can assume that this is going to be a direct sequel, right?
I don't think we
Otherwise-
can.
Well, then why would they call it that?
Why did they call it GTA 5 when it had nothing to do with GTA 4, which had nothing to do with GTA 3?
Well,
which had nothing to
but
do
theirs
with
has to do with
GTA San Andreas.
the locations, right? That's sort of the...
Kind of, yeah. I mean, GTA 5 wasn't called Los Santos, but one was called GTA San Andreas.
Was that the first? Oh, that was the second one.
Vice City.
Grand Theft Auto was the first one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we can assume that Rockstar doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with titles. And that's it.
Nah.
And it doesn't
I
have
don't think
anything to
that's
do
it.
with... Wait, but so... Well, if we're assuming that this is not a direct sequel...
I don't think I'm not assuming either way.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's
Like,
impossible
what-
to say.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
was just
Like,
The
wondering
trailer
if
showed nothing.
I was
Yeah.
just wondering if we knew from the trailer if we knew one way or the other for sure.
No, we don't.
Okay, that's all I was asking.
Yeah.
I think the trailer looks pretty gorgeous.
It looks it's beautiful. And I mean, so they've been working on this game for probably about 6 years. Purposely,
Yeah.
unlike some other games coming out this year that have accidentally taken 10 plus years. But
Ooh.
shots fired.
Have you seen-
I hope they're good.
You haven't seen gameplay for it yet?
This is all we've seen.
No, I was talking about the other game.
The Last Guardian.
Last
PewDiePie
Guardian.
played it.
Oh yeah, no, we that's other gameplay has been out too. But anyway,
It looks good. It looks nice.
yeah. So yeah, this little what is it, like 1 minute and 7 seconds or something
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, it's the exact amount of time it is. Don't pretend like you don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, they don't show a lot. They show one guy talking about when you get a chance, you run and you don't look back, and that's it. That's all he says.
They show a train.
Sure. Now, where we can really extract some information from this trailer is actually in the description of the YouTube video. Now, preface this with
Oh, right.
GTA 5 is one of the highest selling games of all time. To this day,
Really?
yes.
What
It continues to be on top 10 sales lists weekly to this day. And that is because of one reason. No one gives a fuck about the single player story. No one gives a shit about the Xbox 360 or the PS3 versions anymore. Because now you can play on PC and PS4 and Xbox One online with everyone else playing. It's basically this huge MMO that has built up this huge community and economy inside of it. And it is making Rockstar so much goddamn money.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why
This
don't
is
we ever
Minecraft.
play?
This is like Minecraft numbers.
Why don't we ever play?
I don't know. You have it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should play.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
this thing, the online is huge, and Rockstar makes so much money. And Take-Two, the parent company of it, they make so much money off of that game. And
Right.
in the description of this new Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, it says Red Dead Redemption 2 features a vast open world that has been optimized for online play.
However,
Nope, that's it.
But-
meaning the main draw of this game is again going to be probably online. They're going the way of Call of Duty and Battlefield, and you're going to be doing all your train heists and saloon robberies with your friends online, and that's probably going to be it.
That's
Are you not going
cool.
to mention the huge controversy, though?
About this game from today?
Yes.
Yesterday?
There's a pretty good chance that this won't be released on PC.
Oh, yeah.
That's the huge controversy. Is that all of those things you say, but only PS4 and Xbox release, which is a fucking spit in the face.
Well,
all of those
hey.
people.
GTA 5 didn't come out for PC for a few
Yeah,
months.
it comes out. They have a delayed release,
Yeah.
but people are thinking not at all.
I
People
don't
have
know.
been wrong before.
I'm sure they have.
Usually they say that that it's coming out
Later,
first
sure.
and then it's coming out later.
Yeah,
but
I
even
wouldn't
in
be
that
surprised if they
description-
really want to focus on the console release first, and then maybe announce that later. But I have to say, and in that second promo image we got earlier this week of the 7 cowboys, I don't want to be playing any single player mode where I'm switching between people again, because I did not like that in GTA 5. And if there's 7 guys,
Well, it's like the Magnificent Seven.
dude, I want the best thing about Red Dead Redemption was that it was this guy's story about like him looking for redemption for his wife who was killed and then being redeemed by his son, because you get to know him really well and that character, and you like they played out a really good like single focused story in an open world. And it looks like they're going away from that because of the success of GTA 5.
Could be. I don't know.
So
I think, yeah,
I'm a
7
little
seems-
concerned.
It's a little early to make those kind of assumptions.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks good from what we've seen so far. Maybe I'll play the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the first one is like widely revered as like an amazing.
Yeah.
game.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great. It might be Rockstar's best game.
Hey,
I think there's an argument.
whoa,
Whoa.
settle down over there.
Sorry, dude. A lot of people like GTA, but like, I don't know. They're too gratuitous for me.
Ooh,
I
you
don't
don't
see
like
that.
violence?
No.
Not for violence sake.
Yeah. That's too violence in a real worldy sense. If I can go back to the fictional time of the old Western days, then I'll kill people.
Very true. Very true. Hey, Westworld every Sunday.
What?
HBO.
I thought they were all robots. It takes place in the Wild West?
Dude, have
Tom,
you
you
even
don't
watched
know
a
shit.
goddamn trailer for it?
No.
Obviously.
Someone
not.
told
Why
him
would
there's
I?
robots, and that's what he's been saying every
Well,
time.
that's- it'd be-
yeah, I've been telling him every time. No.
Okay.
Anyway, that's our news.
I'm not convinced.
And now that we're at almost 55 minutes here,
Do you want to just
let's
move
go
what
in,
you're doing to the
into.
separate video this week?
You want to do that this week?
Yes.
Guys, What You Doing is going to be coming out this Monday.
Ooh, Monday.
In a change that we're doing, we're making that its own show. So congratulations, What You Doing.
Congrats. No pay raise, though. Keep that in mind.
No pay raise. But yeah, so that is going to be its own separate video. We're going to be talking about Brotherhood of the Wolf. That was my spooktacular pick this week. And then should we announce what next week's video is here?
No.
No?
Okay.
You
Well,
have to
you're going to have
watch.
to watch on Monday to find out then. And Tommy, do you have a 10-second review for us?
Yeah, I got 2 simultaneous ones.
Wait, you're going to say them at the same time?
Yeah.
That seems difficult.
Wait, 5 seconds each, or
Hey, if anyone-
literally you're going to speak in 2 tongues?
I'm going to speak about 2 movies
With
at the exact same time.
Oh,
If
boy.
anyone can do it, it's the 8-second wonder, Tommy Costa.
Goddamn right, we call it that for a reason.
All right, Tommy, are you ready?
Well, do you want to know what I'm reviewing?
Oh, yeah, I guess you do. I guess I do.
Okay, I saw The Girl on the Train
Okay.
and The Accountant.
Yeah, I can see them. Okay, cool.
Maybe this might be like 3 seconds.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Tommy, go.
All right, you can't just put big name, great actors in shitty movies and expect them to be good, especially when the screenplays are this bad. That's 10.
That was 10 seconds, Tommy, and
Wow.
I gotta say, you nailed both of those movies at the same time.
Did you
But
see that one,
I
Jeff?
do want to.
Huh?
Did you see any of those?
I didn't see any
You
of
didn't
those.
see
I
that.
wanted to see The Accountant.
Yeah, me too.
I
'Cause
do.
I like the cast.
Let me tell you, Anna Kendrick, wow, completely pointless. She's just there to be a love interest, and it's
Yeah.
like a weird thing. But I do want to say, Emily Blunt, I could make a case for her best actor of the past 2 years on
In
the
this-
silver screen.
In this movie?
I think he's just
for
saying
this
in general,
movie
her
and
performances.
all her movies of the
Oh yeah,
last
no,
2 years.
everything she's been in.
So she's good in this
Besides this,
She's
which I haven't
great,
seen.
but
Yeah, I mean, she's
the
obviously-
story and writing is
Edge of Tomorrow.
laughable.
That's so funny because it's like based off of a really well-selling book.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't adapt it to the screen correctly or
Right.
something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right, well.
guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. We talked a long time about the
Long
NS,
tang.
long tang, about the about the Nintendo Switch, but that's because it's
big
been
news.
building up for a
we talked
long
about it a lot,
time.
yeah.
Man, we finally got it. Well, thank you very much. I'm Josh. That's Tommy. That's
That's
Joey.
Joey.
Follow us at Fangeared on Twitter. Like and subscribe if you like it, and we'll see you guys on Monday.